Time Magazine's Person of the Year is a title very few people have had the chance of receiving. 2024 has been a very eventful year, filled with a lot of people having their time in the spotlight. So we asked Junior Isaac Carsonson, Senior Emma Piper, Sophomore Zion Carroll, Sophomore Peyton Boncheck, Counselor Kenneth Barrymore, Mother Mrs. Plime, Dr. Regina, and Sophomore Ernesto Thomas, who they think the Person of the Year should be.
I think it should be someone like an artist because they produce music and it takes a lot of hard work to produce music, coming up with the lyrics and coming up with the sound and the beat. So,
Do you have an artist in particular?
probably Juice WRLD because he contributed a lot to black culture and made a lot of good songs.
I would say I think it should be Kamala Harris because even though she didn't win, she still took over running for president, and I still think she had a really good campaign. So I think she deserves Person of the Year.
Jalen McCauley,
Why is that?
because he's been a good person and he's a funny person. That's just saying me, and I really like his personality, and he helps me a lot.
I think that the Person of the Year should be Marcelo Hernandez from SNL because he is just very funny and very over the top, and I've been watching the show more recently, and he's just a very funny guy.
Well, I think the obvious answer is Donald Trump this year. He's just made a lot of waves in the political process, not only in the United States, but internationally, and I think a lot of his ideas and his political movements are having an effect already before he takes office. I think there's no question he's the most dynamic, dramatic, depending on which position you're taking, person that's in the news.
This is going to be all the girls' favorite, Taylor Swift, just because of what she's done this year with everything, with her tours all over the world and how big it's become. So I would say Taylor.
I kind of go with the flow in terms of what's hot right now. So right now, Wicked is so popular. I think I'm gonna go Ariana Grande. I've seen her host Saturday Night Live. She's extremely talented, where she has sang and been the host on the same show. She's funny, she's witty, and she's starring right now probably in what's gonna end up being the biggest movie of the year. So I'm gonna go with Ariana Grande.
I think the Time Person of the Year should be a big musician like Taylor Swift because she usually has big albums, and whenever she does, she usually hits records. And even though I'm not personally a fan of her music, I can accept that she has a big following. And even for a massive tour that she had from this year to last year, I think that she should win it because it's in the U.S.
Thank you. But that doesn't mean only celebrities are deserving of such a prestigious title. So we also asked freshman Lizzie Castro, sophomore Lillian Harbaugh, teacher Mrs. Scherbecker, sophomore Parker Goldsman, and Doc Robb, who their own personal Time Person of the Year should be.
I would say for a Person of the Year as my own would probably be Mr. Winter because he's always there for you. If you needed to just talk about something, he would be there to talk to you. And then if you were really stressed about something, obviously he would just know.
Mr. Abney.
Why?
Because he's just an interesting guy, and he's very knowledgeable in what he teaches, and he's been teaching for a really long time.
So this one's going to be personal for me. In March this year, I got married, so my Person of the Year has to be my wife.
Any parent, the parents are the ones that have the most influence on a child, be it positive or negative.
My own personal choice would be Mr. Pierce from the school. He has honestly changed my life and so many others in such a positive way throughout their high school experiences. He constantly pushes all of his students to be the best versions of themselves, and he knows potential when he sees it, so he works his hardest to bring it out of people.
Here's what we thought. So personally for me, I think a really good answer would be doing what a lot of people said and going down the artist route. I would personally pick Kendrick Lamar. He just did a lot this year. He was really in the spotlight pretty much this whole spring and summer. He released an album a while ago, and that was very popular. As of editing, the actual Time Person of the Year was announced as Donald Trump, which makes Mr. Barrymore correct. However, predicting was not the goal of these interviews. Altogether, we only had 2 people say the same person, that being Mrs. Blyme and Ernesto Torres, both saying Taylor Swift.